That's not
I do the shit every day today. No, it's not though. It's not though. Because you think your dick is 10 inches and plus, you know, I'm gonna tell you it's less. Wait till you get 30 and then you get up there, okay? My ex-boyfriend was 30 and he was way better. So now that you wanna talk about, you know, blah, 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 I'm gonna get on your ass. Dick wasn't good enough. It wasn't deep enough. It wasn't hard enough. So then go on that, okay? Let's find my keys.
I'm gonna stay here.
Okay, just stay here. I'm gonna talk shit until I can't no more.
Okay.
Cool.
This was the most craziest 2-man that I ever went on in my life. Now, I'm not even gonna sit up here and lie to you. I had another 2-man that happened in January, but the 2-man that happened in January don't got shit on the one that just happened in April. This happened in early April. The day it was happening, I was going through so much emotionally, and I just was so down bad in my life. You know, my God came through, and when my God came through, he came through off the simple fact that we were gonna have a good time. It was one of those nights and just one of those days where you're just going through the motions of like, you know, I'm so depressed. We have to go out and have one of the best nights that we ever had and make history. It's literally how I seen that night, and that's literally how I thought about that night. I went into the club, and when I went into the club, I just had a down mood, even though I told my boy we have to make history this night. So we go to the club. We start off the night, you know, on a rocky side. I'm not gonna lie, this is the night that I really said fuck choosing signals, and I just started shooting my shot and cold approaching women. The fact that what the fuck do I have to lose? Like, it was one of those nights where I was so down bad in my life that I had nothing to lose, and I was like, fuck it, we're gonna go out with a bang and we're gonna make this night fucking history. That's exactly what niggas did. So we start off the night, we go to the club, and I start shooting my shot. I shoot my shot, and there was this girl that I had actually had hookup relationships with, and that was the first girl I actually shot my shot at. She looked at me, she kind of said, laughed in my face. That was kind of funny in regards of I literally hooked up with her the next day, but for whatever reason, I don't know why the fuck she laughed in my face. That's besides the point. That's another story time for another day. We go into the club, start shooting my shot. As I'm shooting my shot, I'm getting denied. I'm getting denied to the point of where I'm looking at my homeboy and I'm saying, yo, did I fall off? Like, what the fuck is going on? Because I'm used to going out and I'm used to having a lot of women come up to me and shoot their shot at me first, and that's what I'm used to. So whenever I go out and I shoot my shot to 5 women and I'm getting denied, I'm not the type of guy who shoots. I'm the type of guy who catches the ball and shoots. So I wait for the ball to come to me, and then I shoot my shot once they make it clear that they want me, right? So my guy is shooting his shot. He's actually winning. He's actually warming up. By the 6th time I shot my shot, it was this badass light skin. I remember her name. I shoot my shot at her. Whoosh, goes in. I get the number with ease. That gave me the momentum to keep on going. So I start shooting my shot some more. I start getting more numbers and more numbers and more numbers and more numbers. Boy is hot and ready. I'm hot and ready. 2 girls. Now these 2 girls are the, you know, 2-man of the night. So he's talking to the girl, and then I come and I start talking to the other girl, and right now we are double teaming these girls. As we are double teaming these girls and we're talking to these girls and we're getting to know them, I basically asked my girl that I was talking to for her number. Said, oh, I'll give you my number. I get her number, but her phone is off. For whatever reason, her shit is off and that shit is green. So I'm like, what the fuck? And we start talking some more, and I'm not gonna even sit up here and lie to you. I don't remember the fucking conversation. This was one of the nights where a nigga was a white girl wasted. I was white girl wasted. I don't really remember the conversation. Remember, we go outside and we start even talking some more. So then these girls then want to go to their car to move their car, but one of the girls say, I'm hungry. I want to get food. You guys are gonna give us food. Now, originally we go along with this plan and we go to the car and they go to Domino's. And as we go to Domino's, me and my boy realize we don't really want to pay for these girls. So we basically sit up there and say, I try to sit up there and see if they're gonna pay for their own pizza, but then they looked at us crazy like, oh, we're supposed to go buy the pizza and go in and get the pizza. My homeboy put on his big boy pants and dropped his balls and said, you really don't want to pay for your pizza? We're not gonna pay for your pizza. And then she was like, well, we just want food. If we thought you were gonna get us food. And then we came to an agreement that we had chips at the crib, which the chips at the crib were really just fucking chips in the vending machine. So we basically ended up getting that girl some chips at the vending machine. We pull up to the scene. My homeboy's like, she's probably not going. But the other girl, she just broke up with her ex-baby daddy, and she is 100% on go, nigga. She's 1000% on go, and she's making that clear. She's talking to her friends saying, I need this, basically saying she needs some good from me. Pull to the parking lot. My homeboy goes to check his car and go take a piss. But when he goes to take the piss, as he goes to take the piss, the girl that he was supposed to be on, like, literally looks at me and says, hey, can I talk to you? And she's like, hey, I'm not fucking your friend. I just want to make that clear before I even come in. I am not fucking your friend. I said, okay. Tell my homeboy what she said, and he was like, yeah, I figured, right? Then the plan was crib and just chill or whatever. We make our way to the crib, and he stopped by the car. Now I park my car in front of the building, and I run and go get the condions. As I run and go get the condions, I run back as he's taking them to my apartment, go upstairs to my apartment. Now we're in my apartment, we're all chilling, we're all, you know, breaking in the energy, breaking in the vibe. The girl I come with on demon timing. As she's on demon timing, his girl, they're warming up and they're talking, getting to know each other. I basically instigate the night where ISO time. time. So we basically come in as a team and then we ISO the one-on-one play. I get her in my room, comes in my room. Bro, I really need to do better in my life, and I'm sorry that I did this shit in April, which, you know, it was really the month where I'm turning my life around and I realized what the fuck am I doing in my life and I'm about to change my life. I basically ended up sleeping with this girl raw. Yes, I know it was dumb, it was stupid, it was a one-night stand, it was a hookup. I deeply regret that shit, that I ended up sleeping with her raw. But at the end of the day, I didn't get no STDs, no STIs, so we're all good. It's just, it wasn't the brightest idea. I was drunk. It was just stupid shit, right? We ended up sleeping together. It was some bomb ass sex. I can't even sit up here and cap to you. She had a perfect spinal tattoo on her back that just looked so appealing and so sexy. Made it worth my while. And she was a volleyball player, so she had them legs, if you know what I'm saying. Homeboys in the living room as this is going on. As my homeboys in the living room as this is going on, I'm thinking like, you know, he's not getting no action. She told me she doesn't want to really sleep with him. I'm trying to get up and go see out there and check for my homeboy to see how he's doing. As I'm trying to go check and see how my homeboy's doing, this girl that I just had intercourse with is trying to hold up on me and hug me and be like, no, come here. Where are you going? No, come here. And I'm like, oh, I'm trying to go see, you know, if our people are straight. I open my door to my room and all I see is this nigga and the girl. Literally, they just get done, you know, having intercourse. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? He starts laughing. I go back in the room and I'm like, oh, like, let's go out there. So boom, we go out there and the girl he just had intercourse with comes up to me and she says, I didn't plan to do that. It just happened. And I was like, oh, okay. But boom, the girl I was with goes, sits on the couch with him and then starts talking to him. Now, as I'm talking to this girl, I subtly see him and her. I think they're kissing, but he says they're not kissing. I don't know what the case is. I think they were kissing, but he says they weren't kissing. I guess they were just talking very close up with each other. Talking very up close with the other girl, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's about to get it in. So I take that girl that he was just with into my room. Now, problem with this, I'm basically gonna spoil it right now. He ended up sleeping with both girls. I didn't end up sleeping with both girls. I only slept with one. And the reason for that was one that we basically both ended up sleeping with. He was more so going through relationship issues. So she was a bit more down to do those type of things. Two people and it wasn't that big of a deal. I tried to, when I got the girl in my room, I tried to sleep with her as well. She was a little bit more reserved and she was like, no, I'm not doing that. I wasn't even supposed to sleep with him. And I was like, basically, how did you even end up sleeping with him? You told me you wasn't gonna sleep with him. Said, well, I asked him to tell me about himself and he said, I'm horny. You know, I just was going. And I was like, that's it? That's all it took? And I'm not even gonna sit up here and lie. I tried to take this nigga's game and I was like, yo, like, ask me about myself. Like, what's up with you? Like, tell me about yourself. And then she was like, oh, what about you? And I was like, I'm horny. What are you trying to do? And it wasn't working, bro. But basically, he ends up sleeping with both of them. By that time, I go out to the living room because I realized the dead mission and she's not really gonna go, which is nothing wrong with that. I'm not gonna force her into anything and I'm not gonna make her do anything that she doesn't want to do. Just watched anime and we watched, I think, Jujutsu Kaisen and we just chilled, right? Go into the living room, we rehearsal and we see everything that's going on and, you know, we're talking and shit. Now, girl that I was originally with, the one that I was originally on play with to begin with, has the audacity to say some stupid ass shit to me that actually kind of pissed me off. So this girl, which a lot of girls do, is they try and play victim or make you seem like a weirdo for something that they did or initiated. This girl said, you don't think it's weird that you slept with my friend? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? The reason why I'm so mad at this is because when I was outside in the kitchen before they even started, I see her going over there talking to him. She's all up on him. That's when I take the other girl into the room with me and I'm like, one, I didn't even sleep with her friend. Two, literally started sleeping with my friend before I slept with your friend. So what are you talking about? And she's like, you don't think that's weird though? And I'm like, no, like you literally started this shit off. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she's looking at me like, oh. And I was like, I didn't sleep with your friend. And she's like, oh. And then started rambling about some other fucking bullshit. And basically we ended the night trying to look for their keys because the girl fucking didn't know where her keys were, but she left it in her car the whole time. And we basically, that was one of the most craziest two-mans, even though I wasn't the one to sleep with two girls. A team play, and you know, his W's are my W's as well, because that was a crazy night. Even after that night, that was the same day where I ended up hooking up with 3 girls. You know, I said this in a previous video. The girl who laughed in my face the night before, ended up hooking up with her in the bathroom at a pool party. Not only did I end up hooking up with her at a pool party, I ended up having a girl come over 2 hours after the pool party. I did some shit. That girl came over after the pool party. She was 2 hours late for my next link, who I was gonna try and sleep with, coming over, and I basically had to tell her like, hey, I gotta do some schoolwork. And as she was leaving, I was going to go get the other girl, and I almost ended up sleeping with 5 girls in one day if all things were there, but I didn't end up doing that. Let me know if y'all want that story time, because that'd basically be a continuance to this story time, because that's the start of the rest of that shit. But yeah, that was all in like, I think April 11th. That was a crazy ass weekend for me. White girl wasted, nigga was depressed, nigga was sad, all that, bro. It was a lot that went on. And honestly, bro, this was by far one of the most craziest 2 months that I went on. And that was by far just one of the most craziest weekends that I ever had in my life too.
I feel like you're just kind of like me. Honestly, anybody with a bad bitch mentality and thinks that they're them and has the self-confidence
You just
to
got
be
fucked.
like, well, you know what?